and as to why people hate gay people, it's because we break all the rules.
Yeah.
We break all the rules. All the rules that you've been told from the beginning coming up about who you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to comport yourself and what you're supposed to do with your sexuality and how much fun you're allowed to have with it. Like, here's your green crayon, your blue crayon. That's enough. And I'm over here with the Crayola box with like paint and watercolor and oil and like markers. And I'm just playing with everything because there's no rule book for me that says this is who I'm supposed to be and this is how I have to be in order to be a successful, good person defined by my community and my society.
Yeah.
For you, it's not that way. There's a very clear map that you're supposed to have a career, you're supposed to be married, you're supposed to have...
You've been discriminated on your entire life, but it's good to see you doing so well and on this track and just being this awesome, very happy human being with all this amazing... And if I would be a completely different person if I didn't meet you. Like you... Yeah, no, I for sure mean it. Like, you helped me think and see the world in a different way. You know what I mean? Like we were hanging out for a while at one point. Like a couple of years ago, like when we were both going to Cuesta and like I was hanging out with you a ton.
Homework.
Alex a ton, like, we were like every time I hung out with you and even right now, you are just teaching me this stuff and like training my brain. Like, I don't know, it's great. Like, you have not been, you've been like battling all these people, but you're still this fucking amazing person that's just like, hey, I'm here, accept me for who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is the battle for me, is to just show up as myself. To just be myself.
Yeah.
And to understand other people have their value systems and their things going on. And a lot of the times when people want to persecute me or treat me differently or have issues with the fact that I'm not like all of the others.
Like the people at San Marcos.
Like the people at San Marcos. I understand that it's really not my issue. It's their belief systems. It's the world they're coming from. It's their value system. Whoever, whatever, graded, gave that, decided what it should be. That's theirs. My life is mine. And I choose how I respond to how other people treat me.
Yeah.
And if other people choose to treat me poorly, that's on them. I get to choose how I respond.
Yeah.
I get to choose to be the type of person that I want to be in the world. And that is my freedom. That is my power. That I get to choose this. They don't get to box me in and make me some angry, feral, trapped thing. I am not that. I am this.
Yeah. It's important to be yourself because so many people are living in like a box and they just put on these like fake personas. You know what I mean? Or just they can't like...
They don't have one. All they have is the fake ones.
Yeah.
That they don't know who's under this mask because they haven't looked. No one ever gave them a mirror.
Yeah.
They've always been the person they were told they were.
Yeah. Is it offensive to call someone like gay?
For me?
Like, okay, I know you don't give a fuck, but like, what is the correct political term to like, is it like, do you identify as gay? Do you identify as homosexual? Do you identify as queer? Like, what is the nicest way to like not offend somebody?
I can't answer that because I'm not very easily offended.
Okay.
I mean, you could say, hey cocksucker. Like that's,
yeah.
My friends greet me that way in some circles. I mean, it's fine. Hey queen, hey queer. It's within my social sphere. Those are often terms of endearment in the same way that fuck you can be I love you.
Yeah. Within
certain friendships. And that is the way that it has worked for me. And when I was younger, when I was much younger, when I was your age, being called some of those things would have really pissed me off and made me afraid because people actively tried to kill me after calling me those things. And people actively tried to break my bones cause my parents to be run out of town, make my life extremely difficult, vandalize my car. I mean, it was not easy.
Can you tell one of the stories of like you doing combative like defense because these people want to fuck you up because you're gay? Isn't that fucked up?
It is really fucked
sad.
up.
It's honestly sad, and these are the same people bitching that a change needs to be made, huh?
Depends. So there were several people in my high school that were on the baseball team that I went to a gas station after school and thought I was going to be meeting a guy for a hookup and some friendly friction. And instead I was meeting some humans with some baseball bats that were going to educate me about my place and society as far as they were concerned. The end of that encounter, I don't remember it. I got hit with a baseball bat. I broke 2 ribs. I had a concussion. I don't remember it. I put several of them in the hospital and I drove myself home.
Are you serious?
And the next day at school, I found out what happened because there were 2 folks that worked at the McDonald's across the street who had seen it, who both happened to be cross-dressing individuals at my high school.
Are you serious?
And they came and said, "We think we need to be friends."
Really?
And so that was the beginning of an alliance at the South Georgia High School of gay kids meeting other gay kids and being like, we can help each other. We can protect each other. If we have our own pack of those of us who will not go quietly into the social block, then we can lift each other up.
Yeah.
In magnifying the change and being the change. We can support each other in being the change.
How do you think you took on these kids that had fucking baseball bats?
I've been studying martial arts and playing with a sword, and like I sparred in the backyard every day with my brothers, and I sparred with my friends. Like, fighting is not something that was alien to me.
Yeah.
And in this particular subculture in South Georgia, the presentation was that gay boys are very delicate creatures. And you know that I'm not very delicate. I'm fairly difficult to break, and I'm pretty comfortable in uncomfortable situations. So I was not what they were expecting, and they were unfortunately what I was expecting. So
you caught them off guard.
I'd been raised in New Orleans at that point. Like, the high school that I went to, the junior high that I went to had metal detectors on every door. Like, we had great deal of violence, a great deal of gang violence. I lived not in the inner city, but in a part of city of New Orleans that was not real known for nice. And like, we had gangs that went up and down our street. Like, my brother and I would protect ourselves, protect our family from folks that would assault you with chains and baseball bats and boards with nails in them. And it was a real classy neighborhood. We learned to protect ourselves. And my parents also did their best to teach us to be nonviolent unless there was no other option. And so you would always try for the best outcome.
Yeah.
And navigate to the best of your ability at whatever you found yourself with, whatever tools you had on your chain at the moment that you could reach.
Yeah.